afternoon, Chicago. Hello again, everyone. This is Ziff Sistrong, your host tonight for the Greenslate Institute for Justice. And tonight we have quite a show for you tonight. We're going to talk about quite a few things that's been in the news, and we're going to make a couple of announcements, and we're going to have some fun tonight. Not much to do. No guests you could see. I'm here by myself tonight with you. And my producer, technician, and executive producer, Mr. Richard Agee, is joining us tonight. Those of you who need an umpire, we got an umpire for you, Richard Agee. Now, tonight we always start our show off with a moment of silence for people who have lost their lives and people who have gotten shot and people who have died in this city. We always start our show off with a moment of silence for them. If you would join me, please, a moment of silence. Thank you. Ding dong! The witch is dead. The witch is dead. The witch is dead. My favorite show is coming to Chicago, The Wizard of Oz. You got to go down and see it. Okay, let's talk about a couple of things. We always like to talk to you about three principal things at Greenslate Institute for Justice, and you can give me a call at 312-738-1060. Again, my name is Ziff Sistrong, the host, the man who knows the most today. Really relaxed today. I had a tedious day today. I gotta tell y'all what I did today. I can't lie to y'all. I got up at 7 o'clock this morning, and I'm working over on a baseball field. We're reviving a baseball field at South Shore High School. I'm gonna be playing some ball out there. And I saw a couple of stories that disturbed me. The kid that got shot on the bus, and Superintendent Johnson is very upset about that, and I join him. It should not be happening. And there was a PBS special about incarceration here in America. Wow. In the South, back to the South again, they say the South should rise again. I doubt it very seriously. But let me tell you, they are keeping people in jail down there so you can work for the state, and you can work for the county, and you can work for the city. Example, there was this lady who had a bond she had 5 kids, 6 kids. Her bond was, she missed a court date or something, and her bond was a couple of $100 to get out. She didn't have it. Guess what she had to do? A couple of $100 or 50 days in jail. She had to do 50 days. Lost her job, rent behind. She was going to have a permanent job. And the system is a little different in the South than here. In the South, you go to jail. You don't go to like the Cook County jail. They don't do that. They put you in a jail, a Cook County, like a jail, 51st Street Police Station. And then what happens is the money that you would have gotten, the state would have gotten for you, the jailer gets it. So it goes to his jail to pay food bill, gas bill, things that it costs to run the jailhouse. So what is happening, and that's one of the things Willie Wilson was on top of. Caller, you want to jump in? You want to talk about it? I'm taking callers today, guys, so come on with it. Let's talk about it. Caller, come on with it. You're on.
Yes, sir.
My favorite caller! How are you, sir?
Fine, and you?
I'm a little tedious today. I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. I did a little community service and was excited about it. And then I carried on to my day, and I'm here with the show. How's things going with you?
I just knew you were a good man.
Sometimes.
Listen, sir. You know what? I want to talk a little bit real quick about last week's show.
Oh, yeah. I had my financial advisor here.
With a no. About the teacher.
Oh, you mean Mr. Tanda. That was week before.
Yeah, the week before, right. When she said, when you asked her, would you like to have, all black teachers teach all black children? And she said, that's a good idea. You know what? That's segregation, isn't it?
That's a what?
Segregation.
Well, then, if that's the case, then we have a problem here in the city of Chicago because 60 to 70% of the schools in the city of Chicago is segregated. King said the most segregated hour in America is at 11 o'clock on Sunday. Chicago still is one of the most segregated cities when it comes to our school system and our communities in the country.
And you know what, though? I agree with you. And why is that? I'm going to tell you why. Because you don't have any aldermen that fight for us. I'm Hispanic, and we fought hard to get the majority of black and Hispanic aldermen, and still nothing's changed. But isn't segregation, okay, if she wants to make it segregation the other way, two rights don't make the wrong. And listen, Martin Luther King would roll over in his grave if he would have listened to that lady talk about segregated schools for the blacks. You know what I mean? So it's not right either way.
No, let me tell you what I'm hearing her saying, and you tell me if I'm wrong. A Hispanic kid can be taught better by a Hispanic person. You agree?
No.
So an Asian person can teach a Hispanic kid better than a Hispanic person can teach a Hispanic kid. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying this, sir. It doesn't matter what the teacher is. When I was growing up, it was all white teachers, white and Jewish teachers. I got a good education. If they take their time and teach the children right, because they want to learn, teach kids to learn. It doesn't matter what color they are or what nationality they are. Right now, everybody wants this kind of teacher and that kind of teacher.
And nobody can pay for none of them.
Yeah, that's true. And why? Because you have all these politicians, black and white and Hispanic, that don't care. And nothing's going to change for the good until we get all them guys out and put the people that care about our children in.
Now, I hear people saying that, and at first I was one who agreed with it, but I disagree with it on this point. It's seniority when it comes to elected officials, especially when you talk about Danny and when you talk about Bobby Rush. Seniority is very important when it comes to Congress. The longer you're in, the more influence you have of the procedures and the process. So when we kick a Danny Davis out who's had 20, 30 years in, and Dan Rakowski who's had all of these years in, that's a losing proposition in this case when it comes to Congress.
I doubt it. And I'm going to tell you why. I asked Congressman. I'm going to tell you why. Hello?
Hi, AJ, you put him on, but let him stay on now. Are you there?
Hello? You put him on, but let him stay on now. Are you there?
AJ?
Yes, I am. Hey, Zip, I got a quick question. Well, comment real quick.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's so much of the teachers. I don't think it's so much of the politicians. Heck, for one thing, it don't be enough kids that go to school. Then it's a lot of kids now that don't really want to learn. They just different from years ago. That's where the problem lies. Sure, we got some in different areas. You got better teachers teaching. They got better material to read. They have computers and things of that nature. Sometimes we need to quit complaining about politics and everything else. If you live in your community, or even if you don't live in there, if you got some business there, support wherever you work at. Try to help people to have those things. It's a shame people still reading about Christopher Columbus. But again, we need to quit putting the blame on everyone else. Sometimes we need to put the blame on ourselves. Zip, I got a quick question.
Go.
What in the heck is Doris going to do? I just don't think the Cubs, I would rather keep Arrieta any day. Doris, sometimes you know what baseball is about. You can have a player be Babe Ruth on one team, get to another team and can't walk. So again, I think now these days we pay so much money for players.
Wow.
We need to give them a chance to earn what they could do, what they could do. But anyways, those are my comment, and Both of them. I think we need to do something. I know you're a diehard Cub, man, and I know we both baseball people. So listen, let me get out there.
Let me
Ed,
ask you a
wanna say
question
something?
first, because someone
Yeah.
told me that Dorothy Brown was in studio a little bit earlier. I didn't get a chance to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you
I'm the
like in
one
the
that called
mayoral
in.
race?
Huh?
Who do you like in the mayoral race?
Well, let me tell you something. I'm still old school. I still like our mayor.
What do you like about him?
Well, I mean, listen, I know he comes through the Obama era. I know that he
No, you didn't
has,
hear my question, did you?
was the question again? What do I
I
like
asked you. I
about
didn't
him?
ask you about Obama. I didn't ask you about Obama mama. I didn't ask you about
Hmm.
Obama's sister. I didn't ask you about Obama's cousin.
Sure.
I asked you, why do you like
Do I
Ron
like?
Emanuel? What is the
Well, I mean, he's
attraction?
been good to me. I don't have too many complaints.
Okay.
Uh, I live in a nice area. They take care of the area. Uh, I mean, again, I'm one of those people that believe in, I don't want everybody to do something for me.
Hmm.
We got to pay a little bit extra taxes. I don't mind paying it. But again, that's the man that I like.
Good.
So I support him. If it's the old man daily, I would have loved to have him in. But again, that's who I support.
Thank you so
And
much.
I ain't mind to say it.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
hey, listen. The
hmm
mayor have some qualities. Can I leave
yeah,
it
he
at that?
does. He do.
The mayor has some qualities. What would if someone asked me what is the mayor that I've seen his 8, 9 years, what would I say he's best at?
What he's best
What
for,
would you say, and then give me a chance to think of what is it that he's best at, that he does best?
what he does best is hang in there. But he don't fight. I mean, you're fighting the governor. Again, if I tell you something, you're ain't gonna believe this.
What is that?
I voted for Ron, and I'm a Democrat, but I couldn't go with Quinn. How could Quinn come on and say he has never ever spoke to the governor?
Hmm.
He was the lieutenant governor, but he saw what was happening and he jumped out that ship quickly.
Wow.
So I said, well, let's try somebody with some money. Let's see what he's going to do. Now, again, would I vote for him again? No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Why? Because he's not the man that's doing any good. He's not doing nothing good. And again, it's a thing where you got to share around the table. You can't do half the table and don't do the other half. Again, he got to help. He got to help, and he want to blame it on you know who. But again, he got to just do something. He got to do something.
You know what's going to be Ron? If you ask me what is going to be Ron Emanuel's biggest plus, if you
His
ask
biggest
me,
plus?
a lot of people are going to disagree. A lot of people are going to say you're crazy. Ron Emanuel's biggest plus when it comes to his reelection is going to be the Chicago Police Department.
Sure.
You're going to say,
That's
how
one
is
of the
that?
things. But again,
Watch.
you got to think about the Me Too. That's the fire department. That's the police department. I know some of the labor, the union's going to back them. And believe it or not, the Board of Education is going to back them.
Wow.
So again, I mean, I don't know. Politics is a strange bedfellows. I think politicians don't have no business in the public schools. I think politicians should be in certain things. Let educators be there. People that perform surgeries, who runs hospitals. But again, hospitals is a business. Teaching is a business.
Mm-hmm.
So anywhere where money could be get, the politician's going to be there to get it.
Wow.
Hey,
Anywhere
listen,
there's
Zip,
money to be gotten,
there it is.
politicians will be there to get it.
Hey,
Wow.
Zip, I don't want to hold your show, but again, talk a little more baseball, and it's always good to see you and talk to you again. Thanks for taking the call. Let me let someone else talk to you because they might get educated and learn things when they hear from you. You take care, partner.
And thank you, sir. That's one of our regular callers. Again, you're watching the Greenslade Institute for Justice. Hello again, everyone. This is Zif Sistrunk live, and you can call me at 312-738-1060. What is the issues that Greenslade Institute for Justice are fighting for? three things that we're fighting for. One of them, if you are handicapped, if you are a senior, if you are a youth that is handicapped and is homeless, if you just got out of prison and you're homeless, if you are disabled and you're homeless, if you are disabled and you have tickets with the city of Chicago, with the county, or with the state, we are proposing, Greenslade Institute for Justice, that the city allow you to do community service so you can get your license back, so you can nullify that debt, so you can carry on with your life and you can support your family. The second thing that we are suggesting, that there's an Illinois Board of Election, there's a State Board of Election, and there's a Cook County Board of Election. Why do we need all of these Board of Elections? You know why we need them? So they can continue to cheat. I will go to my grave knowing that Jan Kowalski McDonald's went out in the street with ex-felons, regular people, and got 20,000 signatures. Jan Kowalski McDonald's, as a case study for this system, verified every one of those 20,000 signatures to see if those people were registered. Trust me, God be my witness. They were registered. 20,000 people were disengranted and told to go and screw yourself by the Democratic Party. Let me tell you again what happened. That's why the Institute for Justice is important. That's why we got to stay on the vineyard. We got to stay on the case. You do not disenfranchise 20,000 people. Jan Kowalski got 20,000 signatures. She personally went and checked each one of them to see if these people were verified, if these people were registered voters. And guess what? They were. And the Democratic Party here in Cook County did not want an independent person over the Board of Elections, David Oil seat, so they picked their person who they controls, who will be essentially controlling the record of deeds office and the voting process. Now here's what I am very leery of. When those votes come in, somebody, you see this computer here? The fourth ward, is that a caller? AG. That's what it is, AG. I got it. Zip, you're coming in again for some more training. You need some more training, buddy. A little technical difficulty, but that's okay. We're okay. Now, let me go back. The Board of Elections, the second thing we're for, now that's why I tell you, we want to get rid of two of those Board of Elections. We don't need the Cook County Board of Elections, and we don't need the Chicago Board of Elections. Trust me, y'all, they're corrupt. They're vicious. They're evil. We need the State Board of Elections. When you get your driver's license, you are now a registered voter. So say you don't have driver's license. When you go to the police station for anything, you can be registered at that very moment. When you're a senior in high school, we can register you right there. We do not need a Chicago Board of Elections. That building, those workers are the most corrupt workers in the city of Chicago. Case in point. Jan petitions, they were in there working against a candidate who had due process and had the right to run for an office. The Chicago Board of Election had the workers working against a candidate. That is a violation of the 1964 Voting Rights Act. That's why the Greenslate Institute for Justice, we're on top of it. We are determined to merge together the Illinois State Board of Elections, the Chicago Board of Elections. Get rid of it. It's a pawn of Michael Madigan. It's a pawn of the Democratic machine. Example, the person who they put in there. If I was working and I'm looking at her petitions, you think I'm going to rule against her? No, that's going to be my boss. Okay? We need to get rid of the Chicago Board of Elections. We need to get rid of the Cook County Board of Elections. And there needs to be only the State Board of Elections. That's the second thing that Greenslade do. Again, the first thing, if you're handicapped, you're disabled, you just came home from jail, you don't have any money, you can prove that you're indigent, you've been home, you're chronic homelessness, you're chronic ill, your bills that you owe the state of Illinois, the city of Chicago for your driver's license, those should be nullified. You should be able to do community service, and you should be given your license back. One more thing right quick, and then I'm going to tell you the last thing that we do. One more thing that we do real quick, excuse me for that. Driver's license. I would like to see, I don't care what it says, people who need to go to work, who need to drive, and they cannot pay their tickets. Well, it's good. I heard you say, well, they shouldn't drive. No, they need to go to work so they can pay their bills. There should be, like he got plates for, there should be a plate that allow people who are having trouble with their plates. There should be a license plate that allow you to drive to work and come back home. Only that, not to go and party. Like you get a work permit. Thank you. There should be a license plate. Let me figure that one out a little bit more, okay? So again, Greenslade Institute for Justice, if you owe money to the city, to the state, to the county, you should be able to do community service so you can get your license back and nullify those bills. Oh, real quickly, those of you who are granny, your neighbor, your auntie, your niece, your uncle, today is the last day that they could have paid their taxes, and the Greenslade Institute for Justice is interested in those people who are going to be losing their houses. So do me a favor. If you have some seniors, if you have the neighbors number next door to you, why don't you give them a call and check on them to make sure they don't lose their house. What a tragedy. What a sad thing. Once again, you've been watching the Greenslade Institute for Justice. This is Ziv Sistrunk. I want to thank my producer, technician, and executive producer, Richard Agee, who's also an umpire. If you need an umpire, let us know. Again, we got another minute to go, 312-738-1060. We take one more caller, and we want to thank the callers who did call in. I want to thank CAN TV also. Again, my name is Ziv Sistrunk. I'm the Executive Director for Greenslade Institute for Justice. It's a program that works with ex-felons here in the city of Chicago, in the county, and in the state. One thing you must always remember if you are an ex-felon here in the state of Illinois, you don't have a voter registration card. You don't have a debit card. You don't have an American Express card. You don't have a Bank of America card, but one card you do have, and that's a voter registration card. And we intend to use it in November to elect the next governor. Once again, Ziv Sistrunk, if a task once begun, never leave it till it's done. Bit the label, big or small, do it well or not at all. God bless you. Good night, and see you next week.